Hey folks, my guest today is Tom Goodwin. He joined Reviews.io as COO with the sole purpose of growing the business globally. The firm is now a digital feedback solution that enables online businesses to build brand trust and is internationally renowned for its innovation. Tom, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks for the time today. Reviews.io, we're a feedback solution based with offices in the US, Australia, UK, and Australia.
And when people hear like world around innovation and then they hear review site, usually those two things don't go together. So what kinds of innovation are we talking about here?
Yeah, well, I think some of the innovation elements that we've sort of really been proud of and what we've pushed is really the sort of the pushing around social proof and the whole sort of online reputation. So we've got incredible integrations with Instagram, which enables customers to sort of identify users, tag reviews into shoppable Instagram galleries, to use that to push social proof through Instagram stories, and then also identify influencers, as well as then through our online reputation tool, as well as just not being able to collect verified reviews. Our tool enables you to connect to all of those sort of third-party review platforms out there, so you can really consolidate and manage all your reviews and feedback in one location. And I think it's being a sort of an agnostic solution. We're not just sort of bound to one platform like Shopify, like some of our competitors, but it also enables.
Tom, who are some of those competitors? Are you talking like Trust Radius, or who are the competitors?
I think the main competitors is you've got Yopo, which Trustpilot, Okendo, Stamp.io, those types of competitors, different spaces. We're very much a non-contracted rolling 30-day subscription, where some of our competitors are very fixed contract, sort of 3-5 years lock in, very hard to get out of.
Well, what are businesses paying you per month on average? I imagine it's a lower ARPU but higher volume.
Yeah, so our average deal value is around sort of $100 mark.
Yep. Super affordable.
We've got plans starting from $45 for those startup businesses, right up to sort of our enterprise plans.
Yep. And so what sorts of things are they paying for? Is it literally the ability to go collect these reviews and embed them on their sites for social proof, things like that?
Yeah, so the main things they're paying for is to enable them to integrate their platform with our solution to collect feedback during the buying journey. So at the point of when an order, depending on what triggers we've got a great new feature called Flow, which allows you to really build out that feedback journey within the solution. So yeah, it enables you to connect and then also fully manage using social proof tools, put widgets on site. So, we're also Google accelerating, so we can push stars through into the Google AdWords, which can reduce your cost per click. In Google Shopping as well, really making sure that you're taking up as much of Google's real estate as possible with verified feedback.
Mm-hmm. And now, when did you launch the business? So when did they launch the business? And you joined in 2018, but when was the business launched?
So the business was launched just over 10 years ago in the UK as reviews.co.uk by Callum McKeefery, who's the founder.
Is he still there?
I joined Yeah, he is, very much so. Very much drives for the product innovation and drives that side of the business. My side, I really look after is the operations. So I joined just over 3 years ago. We were 10 staff. We're just over 60 now, with 4 offices globally, and I'm based in Sydney.
Break down the 60-person team today. How many engineers?
Of the team, over 50% are engineers.
Wow.
We're very much a feature technology-based business. We've got an incredible head office in the UK in Leicester, where our engineers are based. We then have success, support, and business development teams in each of our regions. So we always build
any sales reps, or is the ARPU too low to have inside sales?
Yeah, we do have sales reps. We have a couple in each region, but we always start with support and success first, just to because when we go into a region, we've already got customers in those regions. So our key thing is supporting those customers within that time zone and providing that 20-hour support globally. Now we've got for 7 days a week.
How many salespeople if you've got 30 engineers?
We've got total salespeople. We've got 10 salespeople across inside sales across.
Do any carry quota or no?
No. In terms of we've got a way that we drive our sales through sort of our sort of automations and things like that. But yeah, in terms of we've got quarterly targets that the teams are very much driving towards.
Yep. And so you come in 2018, obviously you're going to, you did that because you're going to reinvigorate the business, drive some extra growth. How many customers are you guys now serving today?
We've got just over 8,000 customers globally.
Wow. Okay. Got it. And how do you make sure that all of them stay active and aggressive? Do you sign like a CSM to every 2,000 customers or something?
No. So basically we've used some great tools. We've got some great automations, but yeah, in terms of with our growing business and enterprise plans, we're all assigned a CSM. And then really our essential and small business, it's all about interaction with the platform. So if we see people struggling to go through the platform, then one of our CSMs will reach out to them. So, we're very hands-on with our customers. We're very strategic with our customers to make sure they get real value out of the solution.
Mm-hmm. And Tom, how much has revenue grown percentage-wise since you joined in 2018? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, revenue's grown like over 300%. I mean, wow. Obviously, it's not just down to me, it's obviously down to the whole team and the way the product's developed. I mean, if you look at our product innovation, particularly in the last 12 months, the amount of features that we've rolled out and improved. We launched a new dashboard only last month, very much sort of taking on a lot more user-friendly dashboard, and again with our new flow features and all our new integrations. I mean, that's driving a huge amount of our growth.
And if you've grown if you've grown 300% since 2018, if you just look at the past 12 months, coming out of COVID, how much have you grown over the last 12 months, would you say?
Oh, we've grown at about 170%. So yeah, huge amount.
Did COVID hurt you guys? I mean, imagine a lot of small businesses went out of business. Did you lose and have churn because of that?
Yeah, but we were really supportive for our customers. So our customers, the industries that were affected by COVID, we provided them support. We provided payment pauses during the COVID period to allow them to still use our solution, but not have to pay for it. Those verticals, travel, all of those things that were heavily affected by COVID. But yeah, we obviously then had the growth sectors. The new essentials. Health, creativity. All of those things that boomed during COVID. We certainly saw huge growth in those areas.
And Tom, did you guys bootstrap this, or you guys raise capital?
No, we're still bootstrapped. I'm very much proud of it. So we're bootstrapped from day one, and
I love that.
Proud, and we're very much a profitable business driving fantastic expansion. Our plans for this year, just in terms of what we're doing with the business and the way that we're growing our teams, not just across engineering and product, but across marketing, and also building out teams. Particularly US is going really strong for us.
Tom, can I ask how profitable you are? Like 10% to the bottom line or more?
More.
Wow, that's
we're 57%.
So what do you do? Like, I don't know what the revenues are, but what do you do with all the extra cash at the end of the year? Do you pay it out as dividends, or do you just let it sit in the bank, or what?
No, we're very much preparing ourselves for this next stage. We've done some incredible development in the last 6 months, and really that sort of war chest that we're building is really getting us ready to sort of really push out the new features and growth that we're going to be pushing, or we're pushing now. Since the new dashboard went live last month, growth is really just driving, and with the integrations and features that we're adding, certainly over the next quarter, that's really there, ready for us to really continue to be bootstrapped and continue to drive the business and build out those teams.
And if these customers adopt these new product lines, hopefully you start to see your net dollar retention be well above 100%. How do you think about churn today?
Churn, for us, churn is pretty good, to be honest. We're sort of around a 1.7% churn, so it's pretty low.
Yeah. Now, so that's like 20% per year. Do you expand those historical grants by more than 20% to make up the gap?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So our net revenue retention is something we really push through expansion, particularly with expansion and reactivation. With being a business that's sort of 10 years old, if you look back at some of our original customers, that we're gaining a lot of reactivation back into the business because
they canceled, they come back.
Yeah, because they've cancelled, they've gone to one of our competitors. With them, the distance and ground we've covered with our features in the last 12 months, we've then won them back because obviously they may have left because of certain features. We now have those features. So yeah, our reactivation is incredibly high at the moment.
So what is net dollar retention? How far above 100?
At the moment, when I looked at the figures, probably last week, we're about 103, I think.
Okay, got it. So that's like 23% expansion. That's pretty good. Now, when you upsell stuff, what are you upselling against? Like if a brand is using you, do they upsell because they have new shops they're opening or new locations or new product upsells? How do you upsell?
So our upsells are based on, so our CSMs identify opportunities through whether they need to grow through the solution while growing through the plan. So if, they start on our essential plan and grow through, we also then have our bolt-ons. So we've got like our integrations with Google Local, we've got our integrations with Instagram, and that's other ways that they can grow through the solution. And then typically also around some of our other integrations with the likes of like Zendesk. A huge amount of our platform is all inclusive within the plans, particularly the integrations, but some of our integrations have got a little bit more complexity to it, and that's why there's a bolt-on and an added cost to add that add that feature into the solution. And we've got a couple of new really exciting features coming out soon as well. One around sort of loyalty, which will again be something that will help us grow that net revenue retention.
Tom, can I take those 8,000 customers times $100 ARPU and say you're doing about $800,000 per month right now, or somewhere around there?
Yeah, probably a little bit more than that. Yeah.
Well, this will be exciting, Vince. I mean, this year is the year you're passing 10 million bucks in ARR. There's going to be a big celebration, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bootstrapped, that's very rare. There's probably less than 100 companies, SaaS companies in the world, I would say, that have Bootstrap passed $10 million in ARR. So you should be very proud.
Yeah, well, you're the man with the metrics, so yeah, it was good to hear that.
Maybe it's more than 100, but you're certainly up. I mean, it's top 1%.
Yeah, no, we're very proud, and and Callum and his wife Nikki, they founded an incredible business, and Callum's drive and enthusiasm around the product and his knowledge, it supports and makes my job a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, the flip side of that is like there's so much money in the market. It's so frothy. There are probably people that pay just stupid, silly multiples for you guys right now. At what point is it just too hard to resist?
I can't say that I don't get contacted on a daily, weekly basis. So does Callum. But I think for us, it's about just finding the right time and when we get the right metrics. And I think we've done a huge amount of work around our billing, around our expansion revenue, around our platform, the dashboard, and the whole sort of customer journey. I think there definitely will be a point that when we want to be more aggressive in some of the larger markets like the US, I think there will be a point that it'll be great to be part of and to bring in a partner. At this point, I think we're still just loving it. We're just loving the being a bootstrap business. We're still loving the growth that we're achieving on a month-by-month basis, and there will be a point, without a doubt, and we're planning that point. We know sort of where it will be, and I think we just want to make sure that it's right for everyone. It's the right partner.
So if Yotpo goes out and raises like a $250 million like Series F, and then wants to use all that cash to buy you, do you turn down $250 million cash, or what is it, a 20x multiple, 25x multiple?
Absolutely.
You would turn that down?
We've got a path, and we're looking forward to continue. I mean, Yotpo is obviously going down they're about to float on the Nasdaq. They have a vision, we have a vision, and we're very proud of our vision and very confident that we'll become even more of a challenger in the market.
We love that. Okay, very cool. Let's wrap up here with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
Billy, God, you just caught me then. The $1 Billion Coach.
$1 Billion Coach. Yep. Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
I would say very much the Afterpay guys have been something, and obviously this week with their big buyout, being based in Australia, Nick and the team there has been a really inspirational story.
Number three, what's your favorite online tool for building reviews?
For building reviews?
Well, for building your company.
Intercom has been something that I've really enjoyed embracing.
Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
6.5.
Okay, and situation, Tom, married, single, kiddos?
Married.
No kids?
2 kids.
Two, okay.
2 kids.
How old are you?
10 and 13. I'm 44.
44, last question. What do you wish you knew when you were 20?
I learned to code.
Guys, reviews.io.
My biggest fallback is the biggest fallback is I can't code.
Guys, reviews.io, founded back in 2011. They did call it $3 million in revenue back then. They've now since scaled to about, call it $10 million in ARR. They've done it all bootstrapped, which we love. They do this with a team of 60 people, 30 engineers, 10 sales reps, 0 carry quota, but they do have team goals. Tom came in 2018 as COO, now leading the company into really great economics, 103% net dollar retention as they look to scale and serve over their over 8,000 small business customers. Tom, thanks for taking us to the top.
Great. Thanks a lot, Nathan. Appreciate your time.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.